Hi, in this video, I'm going to give you some tips about how to style up your Canvas pages. In my previous video, I argued that the creation of pages, instead of just, let's say, listing all the files into your modules, can help you clean up the presentation of your Canvas core shell. Now, you started putting all these materials from your lessons into these documents. That's great. All the information is relevant. But the problem might still be that maybe you ended up with something that looks like this. It is a document that, let's be honest, still rather hard to read. The suggestion here is just format the pages. With the formatting, we're giving our readers visual clues to help them plan their reading, their note-taking, and overall their approach to the contents of those pages. So what kind of visual clues are we looking at in here? Think about the overall structure. You must have some titles for either sections or subsections. We can use indentations, or think about the creation of lists, which can be either unnumbered, like these two here, or they can be also numbered lists, depending on the kind of information that you are presenting. Play around with different fonts. They can be different sizes, different colors, types, etc. Or also you can make links to external websites or internal links. What about other materials, other media? Say, for example, PowerPoint presentations, PDF files, videos. There are many. The idea here again is to give it a structure in order to help navigate all the information. The question now is, how do we do it? Let's go to Edit. And here you will find the Rich Content Editor. This contains a certain number of tools that are very similar to what you will find in any rich text editor. My first suggestion here is have a sketch. That is how you want the page to ultimately look like. That is going to help you with the final design of your layout. In this case, for this one example, I will be describing how to embed elements in your pages. Actually, from two different resources. One is going to be Microsoft OneDrive, and the other one is going to be Google Drive. Then I have one main title, how to embed media, and I have two subtitles. There you have it. I have three main titles, and then my page is going to start shaping up. Let's go with the first one. Just give it a title. Now I'm going to select the text, and I'm going to this one menu. You can see this text is marked just as a regular paragraph, but when you look into the options that I have in that menu, this is basically to tell Canvas that this is not a regular paragraph, but this is something special, and that something special comes in the form of headers. Number 2, it's a title for a section. Number 3 means that it's a title for a subsection. You can see the change in the color the font. And number 4 is also a title for the subsection. So here, this is my first one, the main one for my page. I'm going to give it a header number 2. Notice that this is not a simple paragraph anymore. This is header number 2. And I also want you to notice this H2 tag in here, because later on this is going to be very helpful when we look at HTML editor in my next video. I mentioned that I have two different resources, so I can go into the page and look for the specific places where I want to put the titles for each of those sections. Here, the title for my first subsection. Similarly to what I did for my first section, I select the text, I go to this menu, and now this is a subsection title. I'm gonna give it a header 3. Font also changes. I can again select the text, choose a color to further signal with this visual clue that this is a something relevant. I'm going to repeat the same procedure for every single section that I have in my page. This is a subsection. I can also change the color. So now this one has a certain structure. The next element to look at is indentation. I'm asking to log into two different services, so I can divide this line into two paragraphs. I use these buttons for indentation, and I apply it for the first one, I apply it for the next one, Now just try some other elements. This is going to become a menu for internal links. I can put that in the middle. Bullet list. Also create links. OneDrive Microsoft, I can select it and link to URL. I can insert the link and then immediately it appears in here. I can create also anchors, which I will use to create links that point to inside of my own page. Those are internal links. For example, for this one, I'm gonna go directly to the section where using Google Drive starts. Right now, I'm not gonna show you how to do the internal links. That's actually the topic for my next video. Just this final thought. You also created this tag that it's called H2. That tag is going to be into the HTML language, which now we're going to look in our next. That's it for now. I'll see you in